This is today's prophecy update. The Bible prophesies of a time coming when every person will be required by the Antichrist and his world government system to have a number. Without that number, no one will be able to buy or sell anything. In order to get the number, everyone will be forced to worship or pledge allegiance to the Antichrist and his numbering system. But according to the Bible, anyone who pledges allegiance to the Antichrist will be eternally damned. The system the Bible prophesies for the days of the Antichrist, the time just before the second coming of Jesus Christ, could not be set up until right now. Though the prophecy is 2,000 years old, its fulfillment has only recently become possible. With the invention of the computer, the birth of the internet, and use of credit cards, they've made it possible for a system to be set up whereby every person on earth can be tracked and controlled economically. Have you ever considered how an ATM machine or a gas pump can reject your credit card and post the message that the authorization for you to use your credit card has failed? How can these messages know, how can these machines know when you've made too many purchases or you've run out of the funds? A database keeps track of your funds and controls whether or not you can use your credit card number to make purchases. This prophecy from 2,000 years ago that said a number would be required to participate in the economy was incomprehensible until this generation we are living in now. The system whereby people could be given a number required for them to buy or sell is in place. In May of 2016, at the United Nations headquarters in New York, the inaugural ID 2020 summit brought together over 400 people to discuss how to provide a unique digital identity to everyone on the planet, including the 1.5 billion people living without any form of recognized identification. The outcome of the meeting was this. Number one, widespread consensus among ID 2020 attendees that identity is both a fundamental human right and a necessary prerequisite for the success of these Sustainable Development Goals. Number two, sweeping commitments from conference attendees to contribute towards the shared goal of a universal digital identity. Well, maybe you would recognize some of the participants who pledged to work towards this goal. Bloomberg, Brigham Young University, Cornell University, the accounting firm of Ernst & Young, Forbes, Google, IBM, JP Morgan, Microsoft, NASDAQ, among many others. Remember the goal to contribute towards of this summit was to contribute towards the shared goal of a universal digital identity. Now, folks, what we see is that those of us that follow prophecy is that this is just one more effort to establish the global numbering system that could be used by the Antichrist in the end time